Hey guys, Grant here with Overage Acquisition. I just got off the phone with a claimant. She's an elderly woman, and she had a question that is very common, and this has been asked over the past couple years. And the question is when I receive these funds from the sale or the tax sale of our property, will it affect my Medicare or Medicaid or SSI and any kind of public benefits? And it's a very good question because especially in tax sales, a lot of these people unfortunately are elderly and their homes have been paid off for some time, and for whatever reason they couldn't pay the property taxes. But a lot of them are on the public benefits programs like Medicare and Medicaid, and we've even had clients not even want to file in some cases because they were so afraid of losing these benefits. So I wanted to share this with you guys to clear up, what exactly will be affected and what will not be affected. So the first and most important is Medicare Parts A and B. Now, this is very common with elderly people. A lot of people are on this right now, and it's a really important insurance that they absolutely need because they're of age and they are starting to get ailments, and they really do need this. So it does not, fortunately, from the sale of the property from a tax sale, it does not count as income. The reason is because they consider the sale of this tax sale, the funds from that sale, a refund of your own money, right? It's your own money being given back to you, which is the equity of your home. It's being refunded back to you. So it doesn't count as income, thankfully. So it doesn't affect Medicare Parts A and B. It also doesn't count as an asset resource either. So that is good. So over here on the right, it shows it has no impact, right? It doesn't have any impact on Medicare Parts A and B, which is really one of the most important health insurances we can have, especially today. And then the second one is going to be the Medicare Savings Extra Help. Now, this is vague extra help. We'd have to do a little bit more research on that. I'm sure that means like local programs, issued from the county that, may help you with, maybe like housing or food and what have you, like down here. But again, it says here that Medicare Savings and Extra Help, the surplus funds or overages or overbid does not count as income. So that's good. It will not affect your Medicare savings or extra help, but it does say that it can possibly count as an asset resource. Okay. And they consider asset resources in certain contexts, like when you're receiving public benefits, as like cars, savings accounts, any kind of like financial instrument, maybe. So you want to do due diligence in your particular state for your claimant by Googling this and how the sale or tax sale funds will affect it as an asset resource. And here it says, it's kind of strange, it says it could affect if your bank account balance goes up. So here you would want to do some research here on this one. And I found that if you go to the Social Security Administration website, it's ssa.gov/SSI. You can get a lot of good information here and do a little bit of research and find out, and if your particular area, what will be affected on that. So that's real important. So double check that. And then here at the bottom, we got Medicaid, SSI, SNAP, and housing. Now, most importantly, it says here it does not count as income, which is good because you don't want the income to affect this. But it does say that it may count as an asset resource. So again, you want to refer to good old Google and do some research here, or even ChatGPT. But make sure if you use ChatGPT, you cross-reference your information with the actual state and federal websites to make sure that the information you're getting is correct, and do some due diligence there, because it says here that it may affect eligibility if the funds are kept too long. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. There's other ways too that you can research. I've advised clients that they can also invest their funds in certain investment vehicles, such as bonds and what have you, and that may shelter them from having to, have this affected. But again, you don't want to take my word for it. You want to look at your particular state and the rules for your particular state and how the federal rules applies to that state as well, to see that, if they receive these funds, will it affect their benefits. But all in all, in this area here, it says count as income. It's no, no, and no. And that's the most important, because all of these benefits, mostly except for Medicare Parts A and B, usually are income based, right? These are available for people who have lower incomes who need help, and it does not count as incomes. That's a good news. So if your client is worried he or she is elderly and they're worried about it affecting their Medicare Parts A and B, you can go ahead and let them know that they'll be fine because they're basically getting a refund of their own money, right? So as opposed to regular income, which is like from your job, which is labor, which is taxed heavily, investments and other things are not taxed the same or taxed at all, right? So in our country, we have, income is taxed heavily, like labor, our income, our job, but investments are taxed very little or not at all because they want to encourage you to make investments. So I just wanted to share that with you. Also, if you want the little cheat sheet, just down in the comments, just provide your email address and I'll send you the cheat sheet. I made it both in English and Spanish, so you have both languages there to help you out. And I hope you guys find this helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. And you guys have a great weekend. Take care.